Guys, the most value for money soundbar for bass lovers that I found so far is this one, Samsung C45E Xl, a 300 watt 2.1 channel soundbar, and it seems like Samsung designed this soundbar especially for Indian audience because the kind of bass we get here is exactly same what bass lovers in India prefer in hip hop Punjabi musics. So we will know in this video what kind of bass we get, and apart from bass what kind of loudness and overall clarity we get in this system, because also bass lovers don't want that their soundbar has only bass and no clarity. But before that, let's talk about looks and specifications of the system. Looks of this soundbar is somewhat similar to that of other Samsung soundbars like C450E Xl and B650D, where you get a front-firing wireless subwoofer with complete wooden body having bass reflex port on backside and a black fabric covering on front. And here Samsung has not disclosed the actual size of the subwoofer driver. Also, in the soundbar you have a fabric covering at the front, and behind that a LED display at the center and two racetrack shaped drivers. Size again I don't know because Samsung has not disclosed. On top, we have four necessary button controls. They are power on off button, a volume plus minus button, and input control button. But as soon as you look for the connectivity options at the back of this soundbar, you will find one thing missing, guys: HDMI ARC port. Yes, this soundbar has no HDMI ARC port, so here optical port is the only option if you want to connect it with your LED TV. Also, it has Bluetooth for mobile connection. Which version? Really don't know because Samsung has not disclosed it too. Also, you can control this entire soundbar system through this remote control, which has many sound functions, which I will definitely tell you about in a little while. But before that, plug your earphones and listen to this sound sample very carefully. First of all, let me tell you how loud this system is, because before that I never imagined even in my dreams that I would have to say this about any Samsung soundbar. Guys, this soundbar is so loud that you can easily use this in your home parties in any closed area up to 300 square feet. Yes, you heard it right. I generally say such things about Boat and Zebronic soundbars. It really feels like you are listening to a soundbar of 300 watts power output. But I think one genuine question will come to your mind. Is there any distortion at 100% volume? Well, in mid sections, in vocals, there is no audible distortion at all, even at 100% volume or full volume. But if you have set the bass to full, then after 40%, you don't feel any potential increase in bass. You will feel that bass got locked at 40% volume, and after that only mids and highs are increasing. But how loud is 40%? I will say enough loud, and I don't think that you need more than that in general day-to-day use. By the way, this system comes with a bass boosted sound signature where some frequencies like around 55 to 60 Hz are boosted, but you can easily feel up to around 48 to 50 Hz. The attack of bass is really good, and at higher volumes its bass hits you very hard. But the thump does not feel so strong, and also the floor shaking effect is not prominent here. Reason? And the reason behind it, it is very simple. See this frequency curve, guys. You can easily see that the loudness of frequencies like 55 Hz, 60 Hz is much higher than that of frequencies like 43 Hz, 45 Hz. For example, this system produces 60 Hz like this, but 45 Hz like this. And also this is the main reason why the bass of this system feels slight hard with a good bass attack but not thumpy at the same time. So guys, in this system you can enjoy those songs which have hard beats like Punjabi songs, hip hop songs, remix songs, EDMs. Also you can control the bass using this remote very easily. In order to increase the bass you have to press boofer button of this remote, and for further boost you can use settings button. But guys, what about vocals clarity? Now this is what I am going to tell you. Considering this price range, vocals are superb. I did not find vocals to be thin or over sharp like most soundbars with boosted bass in this price range have. But yes, vocals are slightly bass heavy, and may sound slight boomy in some cases at higher volumes, especially if your room has not good acoustics. But it is not a major problem, I think. Even if you turn up the bass to full, there will be no problem in understanding or hearing the vocals. But I found some problem in high frequencies. I felt some distortion in highs when I used it with mobile phone using Bluetooth. It seemed as if higher frequencies was playing at 144 pixels, but as soon as I connected it to the TV through optical, this problem went away. So it is better to use it with your TV through optical, but still I would say that the quality of highs are just average. Now guys, let's talk about some important sound control settings of this remote. Looking at the bottom, we find a button in the middle, pressing which we get two sound options. One is voice enhance, where mids get elevate, which makes vocals more loud, and second is a night mode, where bass becomes less loud so that your parents don't get disturbed. Almost at the center you get a sound mode button. You can use this option to switch different sound modes. For example, bass boost mode. Actually it has already so much bass. What was the need of this? Leave it. Surround sound, where you get virtual surround effects, and personally I don't like it because it really sound fake. Next game mode, next standard mode, and last DTS virtual X, where again this soundbar create fake surround sound effects. I don't like it too. My personal favorite here is standard mode. Very simple and very normal. In conclusion, friends, if anyone wants a bass boosted soundbar system where you get some lower bass also with good quality mids, that too under 10,000 rupees only, you can definitely buy it, because under 10,000 there are many systems that gives boosted bass but they don't have that type of vocal clarity as this soundbar has. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe this channel and don't forget to follow us on Instagram. I will meet you in next video. Till then, bye.